Everyone. My name is Rebecca, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of JVR Freight. And I'm here tonight to welcome you to Epic Talks. Quick journey. I knew myself out of the projects at 16 years old. From there, I continued to work on my skill set, I continued to grow, make myself better. After 13 years of a fantastic career, I said, you know what, Rebecca, to yourself, you need to learn how to sell. I took a job, I learned how to sell, and in 7 short months, I raised $10 million for a private equity firm. So after I identified that skill, I had leadership, I had operations, and I had sales under my belt. I was ready to launch my business, Airboat JVR Freight. And in our first year, we had a very successful first year. We made 6 figures, and in 2024, we're on course to 7 million. And if it wasn't for being in the right rooms and making these decisions, these pivotal decisions in my life, I wouldn't be where I am today. The Inner Circle has completely changed my life, meeting with my great friend in this room, Angela Duncan, who introduced me to Melissa, who then got me in with Epic Talks. This gave me the opportunity to talk about my business, gave me the opportunity to get on podcasts, get on radio shows, and really do things that I never thought was achievable. I've never worked from coast to coast, New York, Seattle, LA, Miami. There's never been a room that I've been in that I felt a network, connection, and conversation could truly change my life. So it's been a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to be standing here today and talk about my business and tell you a little about who I am. And also to learn a lot about health and wellness and the things that matter most, because it doesn't matter how successful you are, who you are. Don't have these things in check, none of us are going to make it. So without further ado, I want to introduce a powerhouse of a woman. She's an internationally known entrepreneur, networking queen, who's brought all of us together today. Melissa Wong.
What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. We got a packed house. So I see a lot of people standing. Dr. D, Dr. Mark, you guys want to go ahead and take a seat over here? Arabelle, there's 3 seats right here. We got 2 empty seats right here. I see a lot of people standing. Tiffany, you want to come over here? Couple seats. Where's my team at? Joseph, where you at? Can we get some more chairs, please?
Okay, don't worry.
All right. I want to thank everybody for taking the time out of your busy schedules to be here. Who is your first time at Epic Talks? First time. All right. Welcome to Epic Talks, your first timers. Who's been here before? Yeah! So let me tell you a quick story before I bring these amazing doctors on stage. The first time I ever started Epic Talks was actually in this room. The first one. And I actually have a picture I'm going to show you guys in just a second. But one of the reasons I started Epic Talks is because I was going to networking events and I was leaving unfulfilled. Yes. I was leaving unfulfilled and I wasn't finding a community that I was connecting with. So I said to myself, if it doesn't exist, I'm going to create it. And here we are 5 years later. Talk about believing in yourself, right? It's been really powerful to see the impact that this has created in Miami, the networking opportunities, the business opportunities, and I'm a true believer that God doesn't give you a vision that you can't execute. So when you have that little seed that God planted in your mind, start watering it because you're capable of doing anything you want in your life. And that's why we're here. For those of you it's your first time and you don't follow me yet on social media, feel free to go ahead and can scan this. I would love to be in touch with everyone. Send me a message, I'll follow you back. I'm here to be of service, I'm here to support, and I'm here to help people take their lives and their businesses to the next level. So, this was the first Epic Talks ever in this room. I was shaking, I've never spoken on stage, and I was like, I want to share my story, you know, and I'm a true believer that your story will impact people's lives. And I was a foster child, my parents were paramedics, I got kicked out of high school, told by my principal that I was just another Latina statistic who would never amount to anything. And here I am, as a visionary, really wanting to change humanity and bring hope to those that feel like there's no hope. And this is us now, as you can see here. I have these events at SLS. Epic Talks happens every single month except for December. So once a month we come and collaborate, we network, we build relationships, we have a private membership inner circle, we have monthly dinners and masterminds as well. So what is Epic Talks? Epic Talks is the lead of Miami entrepreneurs and business professionals where you come to create legit business partnerships, invest in yourself, rub elbows with movers and shakers in South Florida. You never know who you're sitting next to. I'm telling you, the people in this room are powerful leaders. Make sure you get everybody's phone number, at least 10 people. You know, I like going to networking events, taking pictures with people, following up with them the next day. At Epic Talks, you're only one connection away. Our mission statement, connecting the best business professionals and entrepreneurs for massive value exchange while individually supporting your expansion journey. At Epic Talks, you're only one connection away. And I'm proud to say that we've had people raise $1.5 million from our stage, millions of dollars in transactions and investments. So you are in the right room. All right, so thank you for being here. We have monthly events, inner circle benefits, monthly masterminds, access to monthly dinners, support group, quarterly adventures that we're starting again next year. And we're doing a partnership with the collective, Jonathan Foltz, where we're going to be talking about this a little bit later. We're going to be doing weekly artificial intelligence courses. So right now, artificial intelligence is the future. So I'm going to have Jonathan talk about that in just a little bit. So this is what Epic Talks is, you know? So one more thing, we do have a partnership with the Napoleon Hill Institute. Christine, can you come up? Where's Christine? We are taking a cruise. We've been planning this for a year now. Give it up for Christine. We have a partnership with the Napoleon Hill Institute, with Celebrity Cruise Line, and Epic Talks and Dining Divas are being featured on the Travel Channel in January. Yeah! This is like a huge win for us. We've been working on this really hard for a year, so you can share a little bit about it.
Yes. So last year we did this in St. Lucia. It was a game changer. So many people made amazing business deals. Opportunities came out of it. Investments happened. So we're doing it again. We're going to Mexico. Super excited to be partnered with the foundation and the institute. So Don Green, who runs all of the licenses for Lady Rich and Napoleon Hill worldwide, will be coming with us on the cruise. So it's really exciting. And tonight, if you put a deposit down on your room, you will get a one-on-one call with Don Green, Zoom call to pick his brain or mastermind with him on something that you need to solve in your business. So it's a really awesome opportunity. I hope you guys take advantage of it. Come see me after, and I'll take care of you.
All right, let's take this video really quick.
Hello guys, Christine Green from TV, and I am so stoked to tell you about our last episode for this season on the Travel Channel that we are doing with our with the Napoleon Hill Institute and Napoleon Hill Foundation for 22 years, just really making changes for people's lives. And you can see this on national TV. We're bringing together some of the most amazing entrepreneurs that really want to deep dive into Napoleon Hill's work. Wow, create meaningful, beautiful experiences, life-changing connections, and sharing resources. Onto the ocean, we're going on celebrity cruises, and we're partnering with Melissa Bobby from Epic Talks this year. I'm so excited about it. What are you excited about? I'm excited about sharing this with my amazing community
masterminding with the leaders of this world.
So many connections were made, so much. It was really nice to meet you. Let's have you part of that. And after that experience, we're like, let's do another one bigger and fatter together. And tonight we have 3 small cities coming together with the Holy Hill Institute in O'Hara.
Yeah, if you're looking to take your life to the next level, this is the book that we want to enough. And it doesn't matter what you're going through, where you're at, make sure you're doing it.
Right? So we can get a chance to be part of the team production. We've got all different levels of mineral initiative. We have your ultra family, where you're gonna have a private dinner with the family that they're talking about business, talk about, make sure that they get the experience. And talk about policing yourself and your life so you can take your life and your business to the next level.
So join us on this mastermind overseas and don't stop. So we've been working on this for a whole year and we're excited to come with it for 2024. So if you have any questions, you can, reach out to Christina or myself. So thank you for being here and thank you for watching this video as well. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and bring up the speakers in just a second. Just so you know, all of these events, we're going to redo them next year in 2024. So if you're interested in being a speaker at Epic Talks, let me know. Just come up to me. I'd love to have a conversation with you. We're always looking for amazing speakers. We recently had Tim Story, next time Cole's here, Jared Yellen, Craig Sternady, all these amazing speakers. Really Howard is here. So I'm always looking for amazing speakers. Edward just gave a presentation last month, so let me know who's interested in being a speaker at Epic Talks. So, all right, let's go ahead and bring our doctors here. And the way we're going to do this tonight is we're going to have the audience asking questions, okay? You have access to these doctors. You don't normally have access to people like this, okay? Anything that maybe your family might be sick, maybe you're going through some health situations and, you're looking to heal your body from the inside out. This is what the opportunity that you have tonight to ask the doctors anything you want. All right, so let's start with Dr. Mark Zhu. Take a seat. Give it up for Dr. Mark. Yes. Thank you, everybody. Dr. Lenny Lomax. Give it up for Dr. Lenny Lomax. Dr. D. Where's Dr. D? There we go. Second time on the Epic Talk stage. And Arabella Baker. Give it up for Arabella. All right. So, where's the second microphone? You have the second microphone? Yeah? All right. Thank you. Do you have another one? No? All right. I guess we have to. Okay, so I want each of you to, introduce yourself, tell us who you are, what you do, and where you can find as well.
Hi, so my name is Arabella Baker, and I'm a naturopath and functional therapist. So 8 years ago, I was diagnosed with an incurable illness, and I was sat in a doctor's office in actually English, but I was in Australia. I was by myself. And I was diagnosed and I was told I was infantile. I had anxiety and depression. I was extremely bloated all the time. It looked like I was pregnant, which was ironic. And I just felt like I was in a hole. Like I felt like I was really depressed. And so at the time on social media, people weren't talking about health and healing like they are now. We didn't have access. And I felt like my life was over, but I didn't want it to end, so I had to figure out a way to pull myself out of the hole and heal myself. At the time, the concept felt really wild. I didn't realize that you could heal your body. And over the last 8 years, I have managed to heal every single symptom, every single diagnosis. I am fertile now, guys. So, okay. So everything I managed to heal. I remember thinking, I went to school and I studied, and I remember thinking, it's actually kind of easy. Like, yes, it's complicated, yes, we need to know, but once you know the information, it actually gets to be this easy. And so I decided if I ever heal myself, I'm going to get it in my life to helping others heal too, and making sure that no one ever feels the way that I once did, which was alone and hopeless. So I created my company, the Arabella Solution, and I studied very hard, and I healed myself, and I help others do the same thing.
All right, this is going to be very hard after the smart accent that she has. I'm going to sound smart too. What's up, everybody? Come on, what's up, everybody? I think the first word of health is energy, right? Energy is the human currency. So if we don't have energy, that's a sign that we're not healthy. So I go by Dr. D. My name is Marcos Dean. Went to traditional medical school. After that, I went to clinical clinic to do research. Also, similar story to her. Didn't have fertility issues. I was getting diagnosed with depression. I finally had where I wanted to be, doing research at the hospital I wanted to. And long story short, led me into the road that I am today, and we will have some time to discuss. And started a company called Biohacks. And basically, what we do is we're obsessed with data, collect as much data as possible. We live in a data environment. I don't understand how we live in a data environment for everything else, but yet you go to the doctor for a checkup. You want to do a checkup on your bank account? You want to do a checkup on your business? No, right? You want data. So we collect that data, DNA, etc., and ultimately end up in epigenetics. Epigenetics is a thing, it's here to stay. And we do everything possible to improve that person's epigenome, which will allow them to live a healthier life, life of higher performance, a life of abundance, and like I like to say, a life where you can die as late as young as possible. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, guys. My name is Mark Zook, and I do a lot of what Dr. D over here does. I do have a bit of a different twist. It sounds like we focus a lot on health optimization. I take it one step further and I include something called early disease detection. So I used to own a radiology company, and I spent a lot of time scanning people that had cancer, that were very sick, heart disease, vascular disease. And I had this one moment where I was actually scanning my aunt, my mom's sister. My mom happens to be there right now. And we were scanning her because she had a history of colon cancer. And this was for 1 year checkup to ensure that the colon cancer was still in remission. And when we scanned her full body, we actually found cancer in her breast. So at that moment, I kind of realized that, hold on, we have technology here that not only can be used to manage cancer, but can also detect cancer. So I then went on the path of, after I sold the business, I went on the path of basically becoming the physician that I am, which practices early disease detection and health optimization. So my patients come in, we scan them head to toe. Last year, I found 8 cancers in people that had absolutely no symptoms. So that's wonderful. I found approximately 25 cases of coronary artery disease in subjects that had no idea. So early disease detection is my focus, and then obviously collecting data, like Dr. D had described, genetics, biochemistry, and then optimizing someone's health by using supplements, nutrition, fitness recommendations. That's basically what I do.
We actually developed this but anyway, so I'm going to go next. I'm CEO of Multi-X Health. I'm a orthopedic surgeon, formal training, and I started this journey way back when I had a natural interest in nutrition and plant optimization just as a high body for playing sports. Military school, three sports, and for undergrad. And then along the way, I decided, well, I'm going to go be a surgeon and help people and heal them and do all this great work. And I learned business at the same time. And I learned the medical model and saw what was going on in medical school and wasn't being taught. Just focused. And so this is really interesting. So we're getting away from plants, just to evolve as now so easily developed, palatable, not really consistent, not in terms of the process, just pieces of chemistry. So we have to see what's happening as we go. This is interesting, but we're going to show it. So fast forward, as I was running practices and optimization, performance, take care of all those athletes and buddies that get. I said, well, this is not working. Opioid issues, side effect profiles of drugs. She never, we understand in terms of the industry's out. So you can keep testing part of the solution, but you also need to have a plan that's executed. So, for the long, well, plan for our medicines, clinical knowledge, products, to build a consortium of relationships with experts around different disciplines, focus on healing, experts in plant medicine, world, etc., and also technology. One of our partners is out here, but hopefully we'll be at some point. So for AI, machine learning, we actually can take this data that you're talking about and really value the person, but also a health optimization model that is for surveillance, for maintenance, and optimization. It's ongoing. So now, it's all. Anyway, so we are totally committed to this and change the future for the next 100 years. Because this started the to being definitely glad to participate in this amazing presentation.
Okay, so when I was speaking to Dr. Lomax a couple weeks ago, I was asking questions about and he said, how about we ask our audience? Okay, so we're here to answer your questions, and it's all about participation. Anybody that stands up, ask a question, answer it in 3 minutes, which is a basic panel, and you have a basic genetic test of $1,300 on Zoom. Okay, so we're going to start. Who wants to go ahead? Anybody that has questions, I want you to go ahead and stand over here. Introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, and ask away.
Hi guys, I'm Taylor Rickentrop. I'm the founder of Moving. I also work for a venture capital fund called Evolve Ventures, and we invest in things to go to the evolution of human consciousness, whether that is medicine, technology, or MDMA-based treatments for PTSD. And I'm here today to learn about what vitality means. What is vitality? It's like so different. Everyone's different views, so I'd love to hear. Yes, there's in the field, so as I build like I start off just based on AI and esoteric modalities as well as data. So let's hear.
Give it up to Taylor, thank you.
So when I think about vitality, I think about life, energy, but also what is the point of living a long life or stuff? So doing all that we can to optimize every day. Sun optimization, person that is just, trying to just go to work every day and what's, that's where use more personalized approaches to that. Whether it's an athlete, performing, how they perform, reinforcing it in a way that is even for myself, in terms of how I optimize, my life. Try to swim every morning. I try to continue to teach all these guys in the next generation. But vitality for me is about a healthy, robust, vibrant life, and how we do everything we can the actual way to ensure it.
I have to agree with Lomax here. For me, vitality is definitely and really reach your. I truly believe that most of here, unless it may happen to some of us, are probably only living at 60%. And we probably just don't feel what 100% feels like, because as we health declines, things change over time where you may be only losing a little bit at a time, so you don't notice the big change. But I'm telling you, especially that everyone has some form of conditions which lead to, biochemical disruptions that are not allowing you to maximize treatment and maximize the ability to use the nutrients. Once you figure that out and you do optimize someone's health through nutrition, supplementation, optimizing biochemistry, then you really enjoy your full potential. And I believe that all of us have the ability to see more, get more out of our life than we currently have.
Really quick, I came across Dr. Mark on Instagram last week, actually. Ollie Mercenson, you guys know who he is? He's been a speaker in a big talk before. And we're going to talk about your morning routine really quick. So, Colin is walking around his neighborhood. He just bought a house with the doctor. And he sees this gentleman just sitting on the grass, like 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, this beautiful, my attention. And he was like just meditating and comments and stuff, and he was like, and then he started doing this really this is awesome. And then I came up comment and I was like, he does like cold plunges in the morning for meditation. Can you go ahead and take us through your morning routine? Because that's why you're here. Like I hit him up, he told me to Dr. Martin, and Dr. Martin, I'll definitely be there as a speaker. Take us through your morning routine, when did you start and what has that done to your life?
Well, what it's done to my life is not easy to explain because I'm at a completely different level in my life now than before I started competing. Before I had the toys, I was enjoying it through nature because you can do breathing exercises, they cost nothing. You can first one in life, cost nothing. You take a cold shower, so I take it up a notch and hire some toys for the house. So my morning routine starts approximately 5. I wake up, pause myself water, get my coffee prepared, and then actually went through it this morning with my daughter who happens to be in the audience. I wait for it to be up. I do Wim Hof pen breathing, if anyone knows about Wim Hof, which basically some breathing where you just expand the fullest so that you oxygenate as best you can. Very easy to do. It's just before I do the breath, obviously I stand on some grass and ground myself. so that, so more on and it's called grounding. You actually discharge your electrical activity. It feels nice. And then I do my breathing. When breathing is done, as long as I get in the sauna for 15 minutes. It's an infrared sauna. Right? I typically meditate. Nice meditation in the sauna. And I get in the cold water. And do about 3 minutes of 50 degrees. And
How has that changed your life? When did you start on your routine?
I've been doing it now for living in this house, in this particular house, in these places.
And do you feel like younger?
Amazing. I thought about it today. We went through the routine, and you start your day like that, and you're just ready to go. Then I go to the gym. I'm ready to
Start the day, yes. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Dr. B. Dr. B.
Just so we can start this session right.
I practice it, but for everyone else, I think it would be beneficial.
These breasts, they kind of look like this. And it's a little bit obnoxious, but and you can use it right before your nose. It really doesn't matter. Start again. All of it.
Everybody.
Take a break, you know.
Thank you for that. All right, so we're gonna ask a couple more questions, and let's keep the answers to like a minute or so. Or a minute and a half. If you have a question, can you please come to the front of the stage? Thank you. 1 minute to ask, and the doctor's out of time. All right, and then 1 minute with the answers.
Yeah, my name is Toby Pascal. I'm a board certified neurophysiologist. So I help executives, entrepreneurs, and other high performers. And the question I have for you guys, I'm working on building a course all talk about burnout optimization. And I'm working on a section about brain labs. What do you guys think are the most important blood tests, nutrient tests, whatever, for assessing cognitive performance and enhancing?
So one thing that, one thing that I urge on this, but it's really affecting us, and it's this surreptitious thing in our society is accelerating. So excitotoxins, all these different things that are inside our foods and are really, really hurting children, other countries are slapping labels, foreign labels, on our candy in the United States. And so we can now test for this. We can see natural flavors on your whatever, natural flavor. What is that? It's like illegal. It is one of the greatest services that the FDA allows, right? So, there are many of these toxins, excitotoxins, and when you show the patient, when you show your client, the person actually sees the high levels of toxin inside of them, and then look at what that toxin can do, and you'd be surprised. It's inside your lotion, your protein shakes, like that's something that we really suggest. And a lot of times, what can we take to increase performance in the whatever we're trying to consider move first. Because every day, and I'm not being conspiratorial here, every day, period, and so it's kind of recommended to move this.
I almost actually, first of all, so appreciate that.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You're welcome, Dr. Reed. We're actually going to go ahead.
Okay, perfect. So in combination with looking at blood profile, having goals and things like that, it's important to look at the activity itself, QGs or discriminatory, or and then the condition of sports related, of course, the sports, especially military.
Thank you, Dr. Lopez. All right, thank you so much. All right, let's go on this side. What's your name, beautiful? Hi, everyone.
And also when you figure out health, I'm here to discuss what percentage is it for you for optimizing health, fitness versus nutrition. Now, a lot of times people feel involved because of their mindset. So my question for you is, as professionals, what are the biggest ones that are the key to optimize their health?
Arabella, you want to answer that? We'll take two doctors to answer that. 1 minute, please. Let's keep it going.
So number one is mindset. So how do you know what you think about how you can put it in perception is your reality. And so if you believe you can't feel confident, you can't do something, or wake up in the morning, what do you do? There's no point in trying. Do it anyway. And so believing in it is possible. Most important any kind of illness, because when you wake up, everything's and your actions dictate your life. You don't realize on mentality until you get diagnosed with something. A lot of time psychologists so it's really important to find the level as possible. If you feel okay, or like you're just keeping your life like normal, right? That's okay. But if you get to live a life that feels incredible, and from that point, you really have to then start looking at your self-stewardship. So nurture is self-stewardship, really understanding that you are the life. And if you are helping yourself, I actually do something that makes my life better. And I actually chose to make and if you have something that you do to more, that's the truth. Now, number three is understanding your symptoms. Your mindset and mindset to that any symptom you experience, over time, with English, or whatever language you speak, that they're not speaking to us, especially when you're chronic illness or you know, your body, because your body's working against you. But the truth is your body will work with you. And so understanding symptoms are signals that are very body lights and like prevented, or whether it is so it's a red of cost. None of these are symptoms of signals, this is and
I'm just gonna let's leave it at a minute. All right. Yeah, I wasn't going to explain you.
And prior to joining my English started my business in health insurance, I was at Purdue University. So the optimization of performance optimization was on the field in the way of nutrition, implementation, all that. Now that I work with people who want to optimize all those guys. Really. So one of the things that some of us who are into biohacking hear the same thing. What interventions? The way of the future have not become. A lot. So if you look, and I went too close back, I just did a posting. There's internal medicine, like the Bible. Just like the Bible. And go get at it. It's trained by this, and if you're talking, that's what we're talking to. That's what we're talking to. But things are, something you get, for example, that's something that are amazing and wonderful. Inside there's something we were just talking about now, that I'm very else. And we just, it's major HLA type of stem cells, anything on the regenerative medicine side, and hormone optimization, hormone, you know, and this like
You want to try another, Dr. Mark?
Well, I mean, I probably reference to something I alluded to before, which is early disease detection. I mean, it's statistics, people don't wake up in the morning. Approximately 2,500 of them have a heart attack. 1,800 of them have cancer. We talked about cancer in Ohio. I just don't understand how the number one cause of death, cardiovascular disease, there is just no routine screening for it. In fact, I have patients coming to me from a cardiologist office that don't do calcium scores on their patients. They make a test that costs $200, and you can find out if you have coronary artery disease or not. Coronary artery disease, the number one killer in the USA and most of the first world. So if you're a guy, 40 years old, women typically after 45 or 50, when menopause hits, you should have a calcium score and find out if you are at risk of a heart attack, the number one killer.
Man, that's spot on. So to your original question, some of the things that are kind of where it's future forward will also combine solutions that everyone here is talking about. Those are things that we're working on right now, where the technology is finally advanced and caught up where we wanted to do this stuff years ago. Now machine learning and AI and data analytics, if done the right way, you know, we can use it to really fine tune in a very personalized way what is right for a particular person, right? To peptides or personalized peptides, or when your body's telling you something's off, you got a surveillance mechanism because it's picking it up early, or someone who is not getting a routine basic lab test because of the way the healthcare system is, the sick care system is designed. People don't see you for 6 months or 3 drugs, you know, prescribed, which is totally ludicrous. That's a whole nother story in terms of how training is structured. So physicians are our colleagues. I call our colleagues some of the smartest, ignorant people on the planet because we're trained to be robots and not even think about what we're doing. It is mind-boggling that someone can't get a basic test routinely, have access to that information whenever they want it, as opposed to having to wait for a prolonged period of time and then it's missed, or they didn't make it, or they found a 3 centimeter or 4 centimeter tumor in the trachea. So the system is structured in a way that is not designed to optimize health for people, or the public. So we as the gatekeepers have to now better protect people, but in a more collaborative way, advance these solutions. So, I'm going a little long, but I think you get my point. We can do things in a much more personalized way, like Dr. D is saying, or Dr. K is saying, to pick these things up beforehand, and then have a data analytics optimization model where people have access to information all the time. So if something is off, they know.
Thank you, Dr. Lomax. Thank you. All right. What's your name, beautiful?
Hello, everyone. I am Rajeen Beauvais, and I'm the founder and CEO of Beauvais Magazine. I am also a graduate student at UM, graduating next month with my MPH. Thank you. So currently, Beauvais Magazine, we are a holistic health platform in which we provide resources to our users, and we also go a step further by using AI to tailor ads into our content. Now, we all know that when it comes to providing resources and in the medical field, there's health disparities, there can be malpractice. So for my company, what unforeseeable circumstance or what do we have to be diligent about in providing resources to users?
Let's try to keep this to 1 minute, okay? All right, who wants to answer that, Dr. D? Yeah?
Wait, run that by me one more time. Wait,
So I'll give an
Right.
example. So for example, if someone's reading a digital content piece about men's mental health, an ad could pop up of a local men's support group or vitamins needed to support mental health. Now, we also need to make sure that the data is accessible, it's accurate, of course, comes medicine. So, and also using AI to do that, what dangers can you potentially see, or what do you recommend to also improve patient experience?
Yeah, I mean, especially in the space that we're in and so forth, if I understood the question correctly, and kind of, as you pointed out, legal, the legal aspect is where everything has to be corroborated properly, and what even us here, what the things that we're saying and so forth, which none of this is medical advice, please ask your, but yeah, that is the biggest pitfall, because yes, as we were just discussing, yeah, now we have AI, we have all this, and et cetera, but the legal landscape has not caught up. I mean, at all. And it's pretty sad that, a lot of these things that we can't talk about or do, or like, for example, the regulation with stem cells and so forth. So I think that would be the biggest thing to really watch out for and structure yourself properly. Hope that helps.
So I wish one of our partners was here. He's an AI, machine learning. He's on the governance board, and to create, these criteria on the front end. So as part of that, I would tell you in the very beginning on the front end, you create your criteria for what you expect in your policy. So just take AI out of the equation. That's a technology that allows for more efficiencies, right? In terms of user experience or generation of information if it's generative, or to create a feedback loop in terms of people engaging with your platform. But that doesn't change fundamentally what you want to have as a foundation for policy. So you create your policies, like AI is not included, then you add that in, and then create policies to govern that as well.
All right, thank you so much. All right, I do have a couple of questions here from some people in the audience. How can we get a better understanding about the holistic approach, and what are some practices you think are left out? Who would like to answer that? How can we get a better understanding about the holistic approach, and what are some practices you think are left out? We can keep it to 1 minute, okay?
All right,
thanks.
I got this one. So I think the most things that are left out when it comes to understanding medicine is just understanding what goes where. So it's not that I'm shaming Western medicine, it has its place, but you have to understand that Western medicine is designed to keep you alive, and holistic medicine is designed to help you thrive. So there's a very different outcome that you're going to get. And so understanding that is the most important thing, because then you go to the right people for the right things. If I get in a car accident tomorrow, God bless Western medicine, I need a heart transplant, I'm so grateful. But if I am just feeling meh, I'm like, I have a chronic illness, there's something that's been going on for over a year, that's when I want to go to holistic medicine, because I'm really looking for a solution on how to live my best life and thrive and feel really good so I can have my dream life, So that's my answer.
Thank you. That was
Under a
awesome.
minute?
Perfect.
Solid.
All right. We're going to go ahead on to the next question because we still have a keynote speaker and we're running out of time.
Hi everyone, my name is Jasmine Piana. I'm a branding and marketing director and an artist. And my question is about stress and the decline it has on our health. What is your opinions? What are some advice? What triggers could we look out for? Very curious about this. That's a big one.
Who wants to take that one?
Okay, I got a quick answer to this one. So stress is really important because it's the number one cause of all chronic disease, right? Now, what causes stress? It's emotional dysregulation. Something happens in life and it's not about not experiencing stress. It's about your ability to manage the stress well. Because there's one person in this room that would be thrown off by one thing and the other person in this room is like light work. I do that every day. And so it's really about your resilience and building resilience. So it's not about avoiding stress. It's about building your internal resilience and your emotional regulation so that you can manage and handle the stress in your life. Of course, reducing stress where possible, but stress dysregulates your nervous system. And when your nervous system is in a state of fight or flight and survival, it's the worst thing you can experience for chronic disease. And so the opposite of chronic disease is a regulated nervous system. So whatever you can do to navigate your emotions, therapy, meditation, all those pieces are going to really support you in not just reducing your stress, but becoming resilient.
I'm going to add to that and kind of really piggyback what she said. I wouldn't want to finish this conversation without mentioning an area that does get left out, which is quantum medicine, right? Because, you know, how Dr. Mark starts this morning, you know, with aligning his emotional state, everything, and what she's talking about the nervous system, et cetera. We're all vibrating. There's a certain vibration, an acoustic resonance to us, and we forget about that. Love has a certain frequency, and fear has a certain frequency, and that's about it. You know, your body's either, you know, parasympathetic, sympathetic. It's either constructive state or destructive state. So once you open your mind to actually empowering yourself to understand that you are a constellation of vibration and frequency and acoustic, and you're either in alignment or not, and your life is either alignment or not. You have 70 trillion cells that are vibrating and have millivoltage, and they're listening to a mastermind. And when that mastermind is aligned with your thoughts and your biochemistry and your biology, is where I believe you finally get to a life of abundance and you live life on your terms.
Give it up for Dr. D. Thank you, Dr. D. All right, Liba, what's your question? 1 minute, okay? And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do everyone because we're kind of running out of time. So 1 minute answers, 1 minute question.
Hi guys, I'm Liba Cohn. I'm a nurse. And first of all, I love everyone's questions, love your answers. I took medication a lot of my life. I have crazy ADHD. I also did sports. And then in January 2020, January 11th to be exact, I realized that our body is the best pharmacy, and I stopped all meds. Since then, I barely take Tylenol. Like if I get hurt, I don't know, it goes away. And I tell people, I have so many people that take so many drugs, and even as a nurse in the hospital, I try so hard to like show them other ways, and they just don't want to hear it. What's a way I can explain to people that everyone's taking drugs for depression, anxiety, ADHD, and there's so many other ways, but they're always like, it's not healthy, it's an imbalance. What's a good way? 'Cause I know I did it for myself, but it's a resilience, and I did Ironman and it worked out. But what's like a medical way? Thanks.
Can I say one sentence? I'm just going to say one sentence to that. Tell them their body doesn't have a deficiency of medication, has a deficiency of nutrients. Look into that to balance their life and their body.
Awesome. Yeah, I second that. I mean, part of the big challenge to that is trying to change behavior and what people have learned, right? So if you're in a system as a nurse or a physician, and this is how we train, you just program the people, this is what you're used to. So trying to get them to change their behavior is very challenging. And it takes a significant amount of time to make those adjustments. So as Dr. G is saying, you try to give them tidbits of information and encouragement and suggest that they then follow up to begin to learn these things themselves, because it will be a process. Otherwise, it's a very frustrating exercise, even with people that can be super close to you. They still won't listen.
Thank you, Liba. All right, the doctors are going to be here after Dr. Ivan's presentation, so I'm not going to be able to take the the 3 questions right now because we're limited on time. So one more question here.
Hi, my name is Juan Nunez. I am also a doctor, a financial doctor. I help people in their health, in their wealth. So my father passed away 3 years ago from cancer. My uncle passed away 4 years ago from cancer. And my grandfather passed away 7 years from cancer. So they all prostate cancer. They all died in their 60s. I'm a little concerned, right? So first of all, I want to know what needs to happen so I can get scanned, because what I learned is that they were not preventing, they were not seeking, they were ignorant men who thought that they didn't need to get any medical knowledge. What needs to happen so I can get scanned? And what can I be doing to prevent prostate cancer?
I feel like this is very much you, but I will say that your genetics are like a loaded gun, and your lifestyle is what pulls the trigger. This is the study of epigenetics, which I know you do very well in. So epigenetics is the study that basically tells us that no matter what genetic code you have, there are certain lifestyle things that you can do that either turn on or turn off certain genetics. So it's really about understanding that you are empowered and that you can change your reality with your decisions. And as for the decisions on epigenetics, I feel like this is very much a you thing.
So just straight up, and if you want to add anything onto this, talk to your doctor about this, not medical advice, not kidding. But Grail.com, I don't know if you guys ever heard of that website, Grail.com, that lab, they do great work in checking for tumor markers. Very, very good work. I'm a big fan of full body MRIs, calcium scores as well, and then monitoring inflammation. You know, those are a few things, little tricks to help prevent. I don't know if you have anything to add on that.
Well, the only thing I would add is, standard Western medicine check is a PSA score, which is a biochemical test. It's a tumor marker. However, I've happened to find prostate cancer in people with normal PSA. So my recommendation is, if you're concerned, get an MRI of the prostate.
I can honestly continue asking, having these, questions. Make sure you get in touch with the doctors. Can you tell us really quick where they can find you?
So my company is called the Arabella Solution. It's the arabellasolution.com or the Arabella Solution on Instagram.
So we're Biohax, BIOHAX. And on Instagram, it's BIOHAX with an S, and then biohax.com.
You can find me at theqinstitute.com. And my office is actually around the corner here on 111 Southwest 3rd Street.
We got to go get a cold plunge right after this. So yeah, we're Ultimax Health, ULTIMAXX Health.com. Same on Instagram, the other handles as well. Definitely been an honor to be with you guys today.
All right, can we give it up for the doctors on stage? Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. This was extremely valuable, and we're gonna definitely do this again. All right, thank you so much. Give it up for the doctors. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna be bringing up our keynote speaker. I like to call him the most interesting man in the world, Dr. Ivan. So I have a story for you. About 5 years ago, I had a 5-inch fibrosis. Okay, Andy. I had a 5-inch fibrosis, and my gynecologist was like, "You need surgery, right?" And the day before my surgery, they call me that my insurance was only covering $9,000 and that I had to come out of pocket $11,000. And anyways, this is how modern day medicine is so messed up. They were telling me that if I didn't get the surgery, that I wasn't going to be able to have kids, right? So I went to Dr. Ivan, and he was like, "Let me see if I can fix you and get rid of this thing." I don't know what the hell he did, but 2 months later, I went back to the doctor, and the doctor told me, there might be a chance you don't have kids because you waited for so long. So he checked me, and my fibrosis was completely gone. Okay? without surgery and without medication, thanks to Dr. Ivan. So we're gonna go ahead and welcome Dr. Ivan Razilko. Thank you.
Let's give it up for this woman. She is phenomenal. And not only that, she brings people together who are just dynamic, interesting. And I must say, I've never been in a room with physicians that I like. And I'll be honest, I hate fucking traditional medicine. And by the way, there'll be a lot of dirty words, a lot of sexual references in this conversation. So if you don't like it, exit's right there. That's how I practice. That's how I plan on giving this chat. But no, Melissa has been phenomenal. It's an honor to be here. It's been what, 6 years? 5. Wow, time flies. But yes. So and again, I just want to kind of highlight some of the things. The doctors that we're talking to tonight. And again, I got into this industry in 2010 in Miami Beach. I have treated the elite of the elite of the elite. I mean, like the Golden Globers, the Oscar winners, all that kind of stuff. And I've seen the transition since 2010 in Miami to where I am labeled currently the most hated doctor among doctors, which I wear as a badge of honor. And on top of that is I've seen what goes on in Miami Beach. I was the first, thank you. I was the first IV clinic on Miami Beach, mine is Revive, but again, we do things very differently. I was the one who kind of introduced peptides. This was back in 2015. I wrote the protocols for something called IGF-1 LR3 for Vicodin when the peptides first started. And it's kind of unique to see the transition in the ideology and the philosophy of what society sees as this industry. Right now, we're the shit. I'll be honest. Ozempic has brought this into the fucking new age, has it not? Every single actress, every single housewife, every single celebrity is on Ozempic. All of a sudden, we've lost all this weight. We've been doing peptides, hormone therapy, IV nutrition, detoxification. I mean, you name it, ketamine therapy since 2012. But it's been snake oil because it hasn't gotten the right marketing. And this is the actual sad part about it. Traditional medicine hates what we do. And we're going to go over some slides tonight, and I'm going to show you the transition of what lifestyle medicine is, which is my first branding, which started in 2012, into plasticity, which is the ketamine neurotransmitter type aspect, into Balls Deep Living. So by the end of tonight, you will understand a company called Balls Deep Living. Let me sink that in. Balls Deep Living. I've been wanting to say that forever. And I've actually come out of retirement from speaking because, again, I've gotten so disenchanted. Here, I'm sure know of the A4M. I'm the youngest speaker to ever speak for the A4M. I was 27 when I became a fully registered prescribing physician. And I'll get over how that happened. And you tend to find that there's two types of physician. And every physician you've seen here tonight is a true physician. They have your best interest in mind. I want to repeat that. These people up here have your best interest in mind. Yes, it costs money. It's not their fault. Not their fault. Insurance companies, it's big pharma, it's the FDA. And I'll tell you right now, by the end of tonight, I hope everybody who comes in here thinking that medicine is on your side walks out with an ideology of being like, wait a minute, let me think about what I've been prescribed, what I've been told, what I've been taught, what I've been taught. Okay, and I have one very special patient in the audience. I have two, actually, two very special patients in the audience that I asked to be here. And I never ask my patients of anything. I don't really have patients. I have friends. And that's the beautiful thing about it. And I always ask me, what's my patient load? I said, I don't fucking have one. I have a lot of friends. And you'll see by the end of tonight how when it comes to what you want to think medicine is versus what medicine can be, these four people up here, and I say people because, again, a doctor gives you that air of excellence, the white coat nonsense. I burnt my white coat after medical school, I promise you. I have the video of it. It was the biggest sham in the world, I thought, to me. Love the ideology, love the practice, love the learning of it, but you are taught from day one to overprescribe and overcut. My brother is a urologic reconstructive surgeon for UPMC. He is flown around, he just got back from the Philippines. He flies every other weekend to do crazy surgeries on double penises and turning women into men and turning this, that. I mean, the stuff he does, the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And again, I'm going to tell one story before I get into it. This might run a little long. I watched him as a resident take a man's forearm and create a 6-inch penis out of it. Insane. And you think, Why is that important? This man had, it was called microphallus, which is a penis, which is just a head. And again, any man in the audience is going to be like, whoa, what does that mean? Just a head, no inches. We're talking in centimeters here, okay? I was 35. Take me out now, okay? I saw the pre-post of this one. The guy was in shambles. He was in tears. Talk about depression. You want to talk about fear? You want to talk about anxiety? This guy was living in hell. Again, as a woman, you might want to be able to understand that. As a man, I certainly think you can understand that. I watched my brother unknowingly practice what I practice and what these 4 doctors practice every day, lifestyle medicine. I watched him cut 6 inches of muscle and skin off of this man's forearm, shape it into an actual phallus, a penis, and have a neurovascular surgeon come in and actually innervate it. My brother, of course, put a pump in. It's like a Nike pump. Pretty funky. I mean, I think every man wishes they had that. And give this man the ability to penetrate and actually have a lifestyle. The most important thing about medicine, it should not be corrective, it should be augmentative. So I'm going to go over tonight, and again, the main goal of my entire talk is to show you how a company called Balls Deep Living is actually going to be the future of medicine. So here we go. Balls Deep Living, everyone. Medicine is not about waking up in the morning. Medicine is not about sitting there and saying you feel better. Medicine is about living life. And what I've learned over the last, let's call it 11 to 12 years, is that medicine should be experiential. We're getting that right now. You heard the ketamine boom, right? Who was the first doctor doing ketamine in Miami? Recreationally and medicine-wise. Me. Why? Because I had an instance I'm going to show you to where I actually, unfortunately, was sitting in a very expensive room with a very expensive people in a very expensive situation, arm wrestling, one of the bodyguards of one of my very famous patients, where I shattered my humerus. You're going to see the video tonight, so if you're squeamish, be careful. All right? Changed my life because it taught me that medicine that we're all talking about has nothing to do with health. It's about quality of life. That's all what we're seeking. Okay? So this just proves I'm a doctor. Since I came out at 27, nobody believed I was a physician because I don't look like one. So I actually did graduate medical school, so that's one thing. And then these are my 3 practices. So I have lifestyle medicine, which focuses on the physical aspect of who you are. Super in-depth diagnostic testing to see the physicality of who you are and who you can be. Then we have plasticity. Plasticity is the neuro aspect of it, the mental aspect. Why does your brain work the way it does? Balls Deep Living is the emotional, and I thought this was complete bullshit. I thought the emotional aspect, if you look good, if you had a 6-pack, if you're beautiful, if you could sit there and be bench press this and whatever, you'd feel good. I was wrong. This is a story about how I fucked this industry up in my own head so many times until it took an earth-shattering moment to teach me medicine is experiential. I want everybody to remember that, experiential, okay? So again, yes, so that's when I graduated, all that kind of fun stuff. So who am I? So I mean, if you follow me, you probably think I'm bipolar or have some kind of disorder. It's nothing but swimming with whales, jumping on planes, tickling tiger sharks. But that's kind of who I am. And again, I'm non-apologetic about it. You know who I am when you walk in the door. You know what affiliations I have, who I want to be, and I want all my patients to know me because you know what, your physician should be your hero. Your physician should be somebody you walk in the door and you want to be. You cannot take weight loss advice from a fat doctor. Sorry, nothing against fat shaming, but if I'm a physician, I don't want to hear from you if you're overweight. I don't want to hear from you if you smoke. I don't want to hear from you if you're depressed. Look at these guys. Fucking rock stars. You know what I mean? Like, who wouldn't look like these fucking guys? And girl, where she went? She's somewhere. Beautiful people, okay? Like, that's what a doctor should be. We lost that way. We did. Physicians now have turned into just fat older people who are balding who sit there and say, okay, hey, if a doctor is so credentialed, run. I have gotten in so many arguments with physicians who think they're credentialed through their teeth. The one question I ask them is it always comes back to fucking cholesterol or diabetic medication. The two biggest fucking scams in the history of medicine. That's the COVID vaccine, but we might get to that later. I think I'm in good company. I don't know, but again, we'll see what happens. But if you sit there and have the nerve to fucking prescribe cholesterol medication or diabetic medication, and you don't have a nutritionist degree, or even talk about diet, go fuck yourself. Straight up. That's it. Diabetic medication and cholesterol medication, nothing to cure you. Not a goddamn thing. Nor does antidepressants, nor does any of, I'd say 99% of traditional medicine does nothing to cure you. It makes you a customer, a consumer, not a patient. Patients are there to get better. Everybody you saw I talk to have patients. Every physician you go see every day to sit there and go through insurance, they want consumers. They want customers. Why? Big pharma. And we're going to have a big chat about that later. But, so I was a hillbilly from northwestern Pennsylvania, grew up milking cows, baling hay, shoveling shit, and I brought that into Miami Beach, the sexiest city in the world. I was accepted to medical school out of high school. My father told me to do two things: play hockey well and get good grades. If I didn't go out and have fun. So I was the first student to get accepted to this program where I graduated super early. And it ended me at the age of 27, beginning my medical career, fully licensed physician with my own practice in Miami Beach at the Four Seasons. Miami Institute, not sure if anybody knows what that used to be, but that was the epitome, along with Elite Health in Miami, of anti-aging medicine, which I helped to actually build, which was a fun thing to do. Okay, there we go. So I did win Mr. USA in 2008 and 10. To the chagrin of my father, unfortunately. I took a year off of my second year of medical school to travel the world in the Mr. World competition. But again, everything happens for a reason. And with that, me keeping this shape, me being an international model, me doing all this nonsense, which seems pretty conceited. And again, I promise you, I used to be the most conceited motherfucker you ever meet. I'm not. Again, I promise you, I'm the most relaxed person you will meet right now. But this is what sells. This is what sells. I authored 3 erotic novels and 2 novellas, which did very well on Amazon. All of my past triumphs and tragedies in love. How great is that, right? Talk about all your sex stories and a cool arc. That was just like, wow, right? This is what used to sell. Lifestyle medicine. This kind of stuff, all right? Currently, again, I'm going to explain kind of, again, my main goal of this is to show you the evolution that I've seen. I was just out of medical school. I didn't do any residency, I did a rotating internship, and I went balls deep into this immediately, to coin a phrase. So, we're going here. So, I'm going to invite a friend real quick to kind of explain the difference between lifestyle medicine and traditional medicine.
Hello, everyone. Cookies. And explain the difference between traditional medicine and lifestyle medicine. Traditional medicine focuses on prolonging your life. Lifestyle medicine works to augment your life. Unlimited supply of cookies. Nom, 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 nom.
So I was actually graduated top of my class, Dean's Award winning from the current largest medical school in the country after they combined osteopathic and allopathic. This is a speech I gave at the white coat ceremony, which I think gave the dean of my medical school a heart attack. Because again, I showed up, supposed to have a tie on, I show up Miami style, and I play this thing, and I don't know. I haven't been asked to speak since. But it couldn't be more true. Traditional medicine, and again, I really hope everybody challenges every physician you ever encounter for the rest of your life. If you take nothing away from this besides Dr. Soka's a crazy weirdo, take away the fact that you need to question everything. Question every single thing that the guy tells you or the girl tells you to do. Lifestyle medicine traditional medicine wants to prolong your life. They want a consumer for life. It's not one medication, like I said, is going to cure you from anything. Lifestyle medicine, everything that we do here, okay, is to sit there and make your body work better. Okay, I'm going to show you one of my favorite examples, and my hero, again, if once you start to see the kind of life I've led, and I've been very blessed. There's a lot of people here who have spoke tonight who got in this because they've had issues in their life. Up until a certain point where I get to, I have had, granted, I didn't grow up in the lucky sperm bank. I'm not a hedge fund manager. I don't have billionaire parents or anything like that. I have parents who were not very well off, but I've had a loving family, and I have busted my ass my entire life. I've been very lucky. I have gotten everything I've ever wanted my entire life. Again, I'm not saying it's a narcissistic way. I've just been fucking stupid lucky. Okay? And the whole point is when you find somebody who isn't lucky, who's had an issue, who's had a problem in their life, which we all have, and you'll see my issue in a second here, which is fucking diabolically crazy. When you put yourself in that situation, that's where education comes in. And if you can't learn from the trials and tribulations of your life, quit. That's all I got to say. There's two people in the story. You sink or swim. When COVID came along, people sank or swam. That's all it was. You either made money, my business tripled. Why? I promoted fucking health. I promoted that I was against what that thing was and what it could be. Again, if you got it, this is nothing against you, nothing against anything else. It's just my personal sense. Okay? That's a little counter-aggressive on that one. But at the end of the day, I want you to sit there and say, common sense is the biggest thing. So lifestyle medicine is one of those situations to where I had an idea of what it could be. And if anybody in this audience recognizes this, anybody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My era, I'm about to turn 40. If you became a plastic surgeon and you were from 38 to 49, I say, nip tuck. You were to be Christian fucking Troy. Anybody know Christian Troy? You guys don't? No? Christian Troy, it was a plastic surgery show that basically highlighted my end. So if you watch it, go home and I think it's on Netflix. Go home and binge. That's why I was so excited about medicine. I want to come down here, drive fancy cars, be with beautiful women, and do whatever the fuck I wanted. And I did it. Not gonna lie. I sat there, and again, it was a weird night. I went for a ride on the beach, got a little high. And you know what? I sat there and realized my dream as a medical student watching this show, you go home and watch it, Christian Troy. No one? Well, I'll speak to when it comes up. This industry. And I'll tell you what, right now after researching, because when Woods asked me to do this, I looked at everybody's website. Beautiful. There's not one of these physicians I speak about tonight that's in this world. No clue what IVs are, no clue what hormotherapy is. They get shit offline, they're looking for you, and they give you whatever you have to fucking make money. Okay? That was me. Like I said, when it comes to it, go see my history. I got the documents that prove it. Great. The IVs I do look different. They're to help. They're good. Apple TV. Thankfully, I am a millennial, so I think I know how to do this kind of nonsense. So that continue. So I use it to continue. It's good for the app. Okay, so anyway, I'm good at bullshitting my way through a lot of things. To get to the point, that's what I thought about now. I was really thinking lifestyle medicine is going to be aimed to A, B, and C, seeing pretty girls, doing some others over there. That's what we've kind of created. I'm sure a couple of us why. I learned that's not it. That's a fucking fraction of what this industry can do. This industry is a juggernaut. It's a fucking juggernaut of what it can be. And the results are sitting right back there 85-year-old man in a scarf looking like a fucking gangster. I'm gonna show you right now. Well, this fucking guy, I'll tell you right now, is the reason I still practice. Is it I can fucking do it. I can go to the nonsense shit that we do in the valley, doing yoga on house. Like, this man, which we can see here in a second, proved to me that there was so much more that lifestyle medicine can do, which everybody touched on. Somebody asked me, I think the girl who asked the question, like, what is vitality? Vitality is going to bed with a smile on my face and wake up with a heart. That's it. 5 seconds is when I answer that. Why? Because that's what it is. There's no formula to it. Something triggers your trigger, go for it. Something feels better, go for it. And then, the restroom, I'm being talked to. What is stress? All I do, all he does, all we do is diagnose stress, in the beginning stage, and out stage, and figure out how to use it. That's it. Trillion dollar industry. You think only fans and all the shit is great. You know what I'm doing? Figuring out what stress is something and correcting it, sure you know what apart. That's why every single person in the world into AI and tech right now doing that. Why? You saw the vaccine, you must Pfizer made up that vaccine by scaring people who have no clue about anything. Scare everyone. Okay? The biggest part, we're getting there. I'm just feeling right now. The biggest part of what I want to find out is how balls deep living. In a situation, you can take medicine and make it exponential. Also, testing, hormone therapy, IV therapy, psychotherapy, CBT, all this stuff we actually do in our clinic. The exponential part of how you actually use that medicine is invaluable. Okay, while we're waiting to demonstrate, I know it's coming along. Is there any question about anything we've seen? Yes. Peptides. So again, you want to see the diabolical shit about FDA? Peptides. Defined as products that stimulate your body to work on its own. What does that do to the consumer ratio of Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson? What did they do 3 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago? Nixed all of them. All the peptides that were BPC, CJC, DHA, dihexacycline, all the major peptides people use to feel better. I'm going to show you how to make it. There it is, right there. How it's talking on the depth of undiagnosable, and uncurable situation. They take them off the market. So now, again, this is where you'll see physicians think the biggest part about it is if these physicians consider finding new peptides, new nutraceuticals, new plant-based medicine, and compensate for what those peptides actually did. And I'll tell you right now, phenomenal. IGF-1 and R3. That's still in the market. IGF-1 is the only reason I do this. This bar is 13 screws, the entire plate of my arm. I don't see right now because of that. And I'm going to get back to your question at the end of this because it's trouble. So this is the so again, so we're at the lifestyle medicine. Of course, where you are, so you are. And I was taught this by the American Communication Fashion Week, where we get just kicked pair of silk out of the Fashion Week. And I was just starting out in this one, what kind of document on this? I think this is short. The most expensive lead dog goes. It's a little stupid, but was the only guy. And he said, where you are, so I came up with this 27. International Fox is 28. Raise the letter up. And something Harvard had 42, by the way.
All the best places to be. So where you are, who you are. What sells? Sex, beauty, fitness. What sells in sex, right? Everyone wants. I want to look good. I want to feel good. I want to sex. Target patients, rich, famous, and beautiful. Biggest problem in my life. This is persona. Be bigger than fucking life. I know. Everybody thinks somebody's a little bigger life and work. It's sensitive work. Very sensitive information. My biggest mistake in marketing aspect was when the New York Post article in 2017. This is literally the title of that article. It was the #2 article in all of the New York Post because the hot doctor charges $100,000 to help patients have sex like a rock star. Anybody think this guy's full of shit? You know, feel good, look good, like a rock star. Did you know with the ocean, the actual sources and basically give you that area. My business is sex. That's what it is. Why do you pay for experience? It's nice house, nice car, big home. You want to get paid. That's what it is. Small shops, again, that's a very, very narcissistic. And again, this is feedback on the reason I changed my health. But this thing, I did king of Saudi Arabia, on my assistant. I'm in the middle of a consult. All right, you're looking at this guy talking about I use this. I've been doing it all my life. Who is it? Be patient. You should come to me now. My assistant. And I want to know this. The things I think is where I got. First question: have you been to Israel? Who is this? Like, no, here. Okay, he goes, would you let me pick all because of that title. Sex sells. Big up. Where is morphology out? Bullshit. Okay. My entire practice, again, every tattoo you see on me, unless the weird tattoo guy, every tattoo you see in the store, oxytocin tattooed in my arm in 2016. This product here, I speak for this person, maybe million. I'm not saying it that way. Saying that oxytocin and that feeling you can paint for like 2 seconds of the orgasm. Welcome to oxytocin. All right. I thought that's what lifestyle medicine should be. Lifestyle medicine is gender functional medicine. I'm lumping everything. Lifestyle medicine. This is what I thought was important. When it comes to blue light treated, unfortunately, thanks to HIPAA, if you look online, you'll find all kinds of very the list doesn't go on. All over it. The question is, I thought that's what I had to be enforced, is to treat these people. That's not what a doctor is. That's what a doctor thinks they should be enforced. Again, young, stupid, important, not wrong. So this is even though I was making more money than I knew I could do it, again, 20-something-year-old kid, I knew it was fun. But then we get to the important part, change my part. And again, like I said, I've been very lucky my entire life. You know, I had challenge with this at the end. I was something I taught my product. I said, I'm 16. I worked with my entire life. I did golf at 16. I never school. Everything kind of came easy. We're more lucky or not. It happens. I was happy lucky, but I'm thankful. But it's in my mind. It was great for the weather. I took it pretty well. So yes, that right there. Air was the most influential and important thing invested in my life. Really. Having your own chef, inside the Zuma, Lisa got I didn't pay the bill. But this moment to me not only humbled me, which I think was the most important lesson, but it gave me the opportunity to actually put my medicine to work. You said I had to use my own form. At the time, in 2015, peptides, hormones, IVs are fucking snake oil. Hyperbaric chambers are considered snake oil. Oldest modality in the world, 1920, they came up with the oxygen. The hyperbaric chambers are the only modality to increase tolerance. Tell me the why and age. So I had a chance now, for some odd reason, a lot of people were prepared. I was put in a situation in my life that was like, listen, put up a shot. You really think this shit is real? Let's heal an arm, which again, I'm right-handed. At the time, I was doing Botox, fillers, and I do now. So now I'm humble, okay? And the consequences of that night, this will be more practical. Okay, I was quoted 6 months to have basically a minor recovery where I would have emotional aspect. When you break this bone, it heals, and it's like this is my recovery. This, okay? My bicep. The biggest thing was, and again, I just and top of my career 2 weeks into it. And now she was at the CT shot on my arm, and she goes to the EMG testing. There has 0 bedside night tells me you will never. Specialist in Baptist, one of the best places in all of Florida to go. You will never regain function of your right hand. They gave me a wrist lock. Wrist lock, the rock, completely shattered. To go on and get the funds up, you need $10,000. I had to have a claw that brought my hand up. And all that I wasn't. Because that's why I learned that I didn't do. I thought I was fucking shit. I mean, I was living like that. I still can't do what I did. And I was humble beyond belief. So, what did I learn? Number one, most important lesson, I saw nothing before I learned the deception to make a difference. That's why I think everybody here would get that. Everybody has depression, there's issues with that. It's more than just that. My bone, they would go 6 months and 6 weeks. See this break right here? At the end, all of the white was bone. Within 6 weeks, my orthopedic surgeon came in, they didn't see me. Of course, that's what orthopedic surgeons are. We expect this. My arm is stronger now than it was. This right here, what did I do? Lifestyle medicine, IGF-1, testosterone therapy, nothing that he told me, physical therapy. No, thank you, I'm good on that one. I waste my time doing nutrition. This is what we got. My nerve function, which is the biggest thing, I have been on 6 months. I learned this because within that time, you got what I will. Lifestyle medicine, you got lifestyle, what quality of life. Most important thing, quality of life. And the last thing is Kennedy. This is my first experience with Kennedy. So I want to change my class this one record. To the point to where my 85-year-old patient, I hope everybody takes a picture of him, says, I don't shake his hand. If we all had patients that just talk this is the story. Okay,
My name is Lee Hill. I'm very, very happy to be here on behalf of Dr. Ivan and all.
9 years with Parkinson's, 0 progression. This is 6 months after 9 years of
Traditional medicine practices learned in medical school, which is to minimize these symptoms by masking them. And masking them. For Dr. Ivan, it's a beautiful challenge. She's really fine.
Seriously.
And he brings a believable hope, not just by his side.
You need patience, and as physicians, we can only do so much. Any doctor, any person who's a fitness or anything, I bring the horse to water, I can't build it. Okay, any people who want to get better. That's half the battle. Okay? So we go. We enroll at the time of start seeing improving symptoms, maximum increased quality of life. Again, all we want was to improve his outcome. He's a dynamic dude. What he was able to market, jack, all kinds of great cool stuff. Anyone who works with the real hero, you are taking care of it. Because anyone with this, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, MS, cancer, whatever it can be, it doesn't just affect that. It's tornadoes, everybody into it. So I'm not sure we go. I'm sure we go. We did all this other stuff. Hormone toxins, nutrition, neurotransmitters, sensitivities, heavy metals,
We were testing for things that, you know, 8 years of essential. It's, you know,
treat the patient, not the lab. Most important thing I learned, as an osteopathic physician, again, the big difference between allopathic and osteopathic try to find the things you have. Osteopathic try to get you. That's it. Treat who you are. And that's how I do it. I didn't treat my big parts of the patient. If I did, it could never get better. What did I find? If I give any information to anybody here, you guys get love them, there are a lot of issues, that issue, anything. And that's the answer. Check first. Not just talk about the overhead blood cells or higher levels. I have found I treat all kinds of needs from them. Get a listen to what I'm doing right now. I'm focusing on the person else. Dehydration, sorry, I'm trying to get through it over my time. Recently, I had one therapy, testosterone therapy. I don't really want sex and look at videos, but testosterone therapy is the best way. Pull out on the product for answer back there. We gave her testosterone. This is a 35-year-old woman. 2 weeks. Completely regressed. Energy, everything. Apply these modalities everywhere you go. This is, if I die, this is the only video I want to show my funeral. This part of living, I thank you for this because it's all you.
This night, something very 6 o'clock. I got this. Was we started celebrating a weekend early. There's a reason celebrating father. I'm
9 years working.
It was and this one, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, it was on tape. So I called, and it was one of those sweet conversations. He could hear the joy in his voice, and his voice has changed over the first until now. But I had to look at this phone. This is migration. It was absolutely joy because we proved that we can't stop the symptoms of Parkinson's because only for 5 hours. So the entire whole beat process is kind of over. And hopefully, I think we can see that our students understand that we're all just, we're in these systems are going to be canceled.
So we're not looking for minor dust, we're looking for the stars. I'm very optimistic about more than hopeful. Especially since the ADB there for 5 or 6 years. Even right now it's 36.
We did. Thank you, guys.
Watch the smile.
Oh my God, that's phenomenal.
That smile to me is worth more than any fucking dollar I've made. Any $1 million, whatever the fuck, that's inconsequential.
So that's kind of what our main focus is going forward. We're going to continue him on certain treatments that he's on now, but really look to make the lifestyle changes because I don't believe anybody should be on medication their entire life.
I think it's been a fabulous, successful, challenging, defying the addiction aspect of whatever one is going through. It's a major accomplishment. Flying a mile high is exhilarating and nothing to fear. We had a great time.
So this was kind of the send off and the congratulations on a job well done. Within 7-8 months of us seeing each other, Lee has conquered a disease. Listen, what a rock star! What a rock star! Right? Fucking Lee Hill. Lee Hill. So again, I'm gonna try to. I'm sorry, I'm running a little late. I'm almost there. I promise. I hope you guys aren't keeping you from drinking, having fun. Again, so most important forms of treatment. Every physician asks this question. This is what I've found no physician really asks anymore. Don't know how you guys act, so I mean, this is nothing against you guys. Number one, patients need help setting goals. Why are they getting better? Ask a patient what they want to do, not what they need, what they want to do. Encourage your physician to do that. Okay, that's one of the most important things. They need a reason to get better. Why do you want to feel better? I want to travel to Kilimanjaro and climb it. Fuck, good. That's a goal we'll set and we'll get to it. And again, this is the last video, I promise. It's so good. Best information we'll get tonight.
The ability to go forward with accomplishments and success and not giving in. Can't give in. Can't be a victim.
Right here.
I want to emphasize that. You cannot be a victim with anything that's going on in your life.
You cannot be a victim of anything.
His tenacity and his never die spirit. And I hope everybody who sees this just understands that life is worth living. So get out there and start trying.
Most important thing, okay? And I want people to know that. So my main goal with what's going on is that this kind of medicine is not applied to the rich, the famous, the sexy, the beautiful, your grandmother, your daughter, autism, Parkinson's, whatever you want. And everybody has that situation here in some way, okay? Understand that. Do not rely on traditional medicine to save you. It won't. They'll just Band-Aid that hemorrhage forever, okay? And that's what I've learned. Because again, I have been the pinnacle of this for the last in Miami, again, when this started for 10 years, okay? And what I've learned is it's awesome being that doctor who did A, B, C, and D. When you do something like this, I would sacrifice my entire net worth to do this for free, okay? So that's one thing I want to learn, and I'm going to give you two more things real quick and I'm done. These are two more patients, just so there's not some pie in the sky bullshit. First patient here, Lisette Cohen. It's a patient, debutante. Think the fanciest woman you ever met. 2nd-degree burns. Wait till you see this. 20% burns on her body, considered a burn patient. This blew me away. 4th day after treatment. 4th day. I swear to God, I thought she was fucking with me. I love this. Traditional. 1.2 million charged to insurance.
I would say I was fully healed within.
And my last one, this man back here. This man, I'm not going to lie, came to me in his 30s, diagnosed with MS. Everybody knows what MS is, correct? That's for fucking life. 30 years old. 30 what? 32. Just had 2 beautiful children. Doctor walks in, diagnoses him with MS off of one fucking imaging. That's it, and his history. It's a death sentence. It's a fucking death sentence. This man, stand up. This is what he is the man. All right, look at him now. Come up here, man. And again, I want to bring you stuff that's not pie. This is results right here. This man, dude, trust me, man. And this is not her. Third leading. He swears like me.
That's doctor shit. That's patient shit. This is after treatment. He went snorkeling. Man's terrified of water. I'm still trying to get him to go fucking snorkeling with sharks with me. But situation where you take somebody who's 85 at the time and give them a better quality of life. You take somebody who's 32 and tell them, guess what? Misdiagnosis. He was misdiagnosed with fucking MS. That's traditional medicine for you. Look at him now. Dude, this man will be speaking at an Epic Talks, I guarantee it soon. Restaurants like you can't believe, okay? And again, I had nothing to do with this. It's me coming in on my crazy shenanigans. You saw, came in, hydration, right? Fucking hydration was it. That's all I did. Free. Water's, for now, it's almost free. Hydration was his biggest issue, along with a couple other imbalances. So again, well, dude, much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. So again, I just want to bring you guys, and again, I'm so sorry I'm so long. I just had so much to go over. I apologize unless she's already kicked me in the ass when I go there. But that's kind of the main goal of what is. Not what's next for me. So again, I'm not a big marketer. I used to be. Once I did my arm break, I went back and I just went word of mouth. I think word of mouth is the only way physicians should do it. We're expanding to Hudson Yard, Manhattan. We're going to Fez, Morocco. We're doing an AI. That's basically, again, somebody asked about AI. Remember, AI is only as good as the person who programs it. Every single AI on the fucking market right now is programmed for who in medicine? Pfizer, AstraZeneca. All these big pharma companies are the ones who are teaching AI. I want you to remember that, because it's fucking terrifying, okay? We're working on the first and only alternative medicine AI. So where it comes in, we try to get you better and off medication. So when you start hearing this thing diagnosed cancer 6 months before, what did it suggest? Well, chemotherapy for 18 months and then this, that, and yeah, $1 million later. Be very careful with AI. I love AI and I fucking hate it. Just be careful with it. Online, blah, blah, okay, whatever. And then, so again, last things, 2 more minutes. I want you to forget these actual statistics. Take a picture, write it down. Third leading cause of death in the United States, medical fuck-ups. The third leading reason people die in this country, we're the fucking powerhouse here for now. We are the rock stars of this world. The third leading reason people die in this country is because doctors fuck up. Remember that. Number 2, the largest criminal, and again, Google all this and fact check me, I hope you do. The largest criminal, not civil, criminal crime ever perpetrated in the history of the world was by Pfizer for purposely releasing a type of medication that got you addictive and eventually killed you. Remember that. How much trust did we put in the Pfizer vaccine? Our entire fucking kit and caboodle. Read that again. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, the people who manage and police it, 45% of salary comes from big pharma. That's like Al Capone owning the Chicago police. Remember that shit. FDA's not on your side. And just if you really want to be pissed off, look at the net worth, $471 billion. One of the most expensive companies in the world. When it comes to the actual industry you're in versus what the net worth is, big pharma eclipses tech and everything by fucking astronomical amounts. And last thing is, I want you to remember this. This came from our first Balls Deep Living trip we did this year, where I take patients. Balls Deep Living is not just about doing it here. We take patients into the field. As you've seen through all my shit, I do a lot of crazy stuff. I swim with whales, I jump on planes, I tickle sharks, whatever it could be. Our biggest thing is taking patients now and taking them in the field and assimilating the reason you get better. We make you better, but we don't stop there. We give you a reason to get better. So this one right here is we just jumped in the water with 3 people who are terrified to swim. In 3,000 feet of water in Dominica Island, not the DR, Dominica Island. Nobody knows that. There's a resident population of sperm whales. We jumped in the water. I've never seen grown men fucking cry like this. Terrified of water. They came out and this is what they experienced. Fucking magical. I swam with those whales for fucking literally 5 minutes. You want to talk about a wolf pack? Sperm whale pack. That's how you roll, okay? So, if I can impart anything from today's thing, if you're a patient, be the best patient you can be. If you're a doctor, be the best doctor you can be. If you choose not to be any of those, then just shut the fuck up. Thank you so much for your time. I apologize I ran long. Melissa, I'm so sorry, but thank you very much. It was awesome. Thank you so much for inviting me. right.
Give it up for Dr. Ivan Rizilko, yes? We're gonna take a couple of questions really quick. You know, you don't get access to doctors like this every single day, so go ahead. Yo, Shoshi, come here.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, especially after everything you've experienced. Your take on acupuncture, because I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, and acupuncture rocked my world and changed my perspective, changed my body, changed my health, and I am a new person. What's your experience and what's your take on acupuncture?
So, as a classically trained physician, again, like I said, not doing this, graduate top of my class, Dean's Award, biggest medical school in the country. I hate traditional medicine. Acupuncture, sound therapy, all the stuff you sit there and associate hippies in the 60s, that's the real fucking medicine. Plant-based medicine. Acupuncture, I think, is fantastic. If you can take the chi and all that kind of stuff from it, you look at the actual aspects of how your body manages energy. Every doctor up here talked about energy, right? Every doctor. Your body's a current. I can sit there and change your brain waves. LSD, ketamine, mushrooms, THC. I'm not fucking with anything else but the brain waves you have in your system. Imagine your body's brain waves. Acupuncture puts a needle in it and alters how that works. I think it's a phenomenal modality. I think it's been horribly managed when it comes to the marketing of it. Because why? When it comes to the people who are in charge of marketing, Big Pharma. That's the problem with it. They sit there and pitch it as an alternative medicine that people don't pay attention to. It's true, genuine medicine, and I'm super happy that I support it, and also I am a user of it.
Give it up for Dr. Ivan. All right, we're actually running really late. Normally, our speakers end at like 9:30, and it's already 10:15. Dr. Rizilko. I'm just kidding. That was like honestly one of my favorite presentations. So thank you for adding so much value to the community. We will be here for like a couple of more minutes. Anybody that has any questions, he's going to stick around for a bit. And give it up for Dr. Ivan. Thank you. Thank you. How many of you received a ton of value tonight? Yes. Thank you for those who stuck around. I know a lot of people have to wake up super early. You know, it is Wednesday. We're getting ready for like the holidays. So thank you for those who stuck around. And for those of you, it's your first time here at Epic Talks. I'm excited to introduce, you know, Epic Talks 2.0 for my Inner Circle members. We got some really cool stuff coming up, especially with AI and weekly master classes that I'm going to be introducing. And for those of you who want to become part of the Epic Talks community, we do these events every single month. Okay, and then you have access to people like the people you saw on stage, you know, to people like Craig Studnicki, the people like Dana White, like all these amazing people that are part of my community and my network. Your network is your what? All right, exactly. So that's what Epic Talks is all about, you know? It's connecting with brilliant minds so you can take your life and your business to the next level. Jonathan, you better be ready because we're going to introduce the collective tonight. So tonight we're introducing Inner Circle 2.0. We're launching that in January. Anybody who wants to become part of the Inner Circle, we have our team that's going to be over here at the table. And you just basically get access to this incredible network of exclusive VIP group, entrepreneurs, investors, and business professionals. You're only a phone call and connection away. Access to resources and professional colleagues, accountability, masterminds, exclusive dinners, and private in-person events. Is Nick Sarnacola still here? We have Nick, where you at? No, he's not here. He must have left. He was with his baby girl. Support for growth and expansion of your business and your mindset. So how many of you could use like some support in your business to take your life and your business to the next level? Yes? Everybody, right? So this is what we're here for, you know, to have a supportive group of amazing people. And I'm proud to say that there's been 10 million of business capital raised and revenue made just within the Inner Circle networking alone in the last 2 years. I launched the Inner Circle about 2 years ago. So benefits, free live Epic Talks events. So you get to come to Epic Talks and bring a person with you. Okay? Access to exclusive dinners. Every single month, we pick a really nice restaurant here in Miami, and we go and we network, and we build relationships, we mastermind. Private Inner Circle group, access to the private Inner Circle community. Monthly masterminds, attend in-person monthly masterminds at Nick Sarnacola's house. I wish he was here. Live weekly master classes, events, with AI with Jonathan Foltz and the collective community. And now we're going back to the quarterly adventures. We're going to be going to Dominican Republic. We're going to be yachting, and we're going to be going to the Bahamas in 2024. Yes, I can't wait for that. I'm super excited about that. So being a part of the inner circle, what does it mean? Personal growth, enhanced credibility, tailored support, crafting new connections, nurturing authentic relationships, discovering exciting business opportunities in a refreshing way you won't find anywhere else. So I am a super big fan, but I know Edward Collins is a super big fan of the Inner Circle too. Can you give us a little testimonial of the Inner Circle, please? Especially, he was a keynote speaker last month at Epic Talks.
What's up? So just a quick question for anyone. How many people like money? How many people like friendship? How many people like fulfillment? I think all your hands went up. Well, Epic Talks is part of that. The Inner Circle is the completeness of that. At the end of the day, it gives you an opportunity to hang out with some really, really cool people, but not just hang out with them, but make real connections. And Melissa says this all the time, you're only one connection away. She means it. She's actually created an ecosystem that allows those connections to happen. If you're interested in taking your life and your business to the next level, you're not going to want to miss out on being in the Inner Circle.
Give it up for Edward. He's a tax attorney, by the way. I've never met somebody that hates the IRS more than Edward. He knows things that I didn't even know that most people don't even know. So if you need tax advice, he has courses. He's the founder of Uplevel Entrepreneur, one of my favorite people in the world, to be honest with you. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce the collective. We're almost done. 5 more minutes. The Epic Talks is collaborating with the collective. Jonathan, he's the founder of the collective. Can you come up and tell us what we can expect with our weekly AI masterclasses? Give it up for Jonathan Foltz, a visionary, one of my favorite humans. All right, what should we expect with the collective and the partnership we have?
Okay, so I'm going to ask a question really quickly. How many of you guys think that artificial intelligence is changing our world very quickly? Raise your hand real quick. Raise your hand if you think that artificial intelligence is not changing the world right now. Because half of you guys didn't raise your hands. And right now, there's something very amazing happening. So I'm not going to go into the story of who I am, what I've done, and everything like that. But I was part of a public company where we basically were doing a lot of cool stuff. I stepped down from that public company, and let's just say a lot of money, because I knew what was coming with artificial intelligence. Some of you guys may know the mastermind that I was in before, called Legion, but then simultaneously, because of what was happening in artificial intelligence, I changed up the game and I went all into AI. As you guys know, it's revolutionizing the world in a way that we haven't seen before. So how many of you guys are aware of what's happening with something called AGI? Okay, literally 2 people that are way too much into AI are raising their hands. Like, we are on the catalyst of the world changing in a way that we've never seen before. And a lot of you guys think that this is happening in 10 years from now, 15 years from now. Coming from a person that worked with the Secretary of Defense of Mexico, have had over 30 companies, I can cold-heartedly say, and I know these 2 gentlemen that are working on insane projects right now, know that this is coming way faster. And it is going to disrupt the majority of every single one of the industries that you guys are in right now. And the majority of you guys don't even know it, because you guys are not even raising your hands. But it is individuals like these 2 gentlemen right here and myself that understand what's happening. So for that very reason, I've came together with some amazing people to create something called The Collective. Okay, and The Collective is a community that is going to help people understand what's happening with AI, be ahead of the curve in a way that gives you a very unfair advantage. So how many of you guys would wish that you had literally double the amount of time that you had right now? You had 2 versions of yourself. Raise your hand real quick. A lot of us would wish we could do that, right? So whether you want to go on vacation, whether you want to just be able to do more, you want to have that unfair advantage, and artificial intelligence that's happening. There's people in my circles, and I can guarantee you that these 2 gentlemen right here, out of this whole entire group, are 200 to 300% more efficient than all you guys right now. That's pretty amazing stuff. So with that being said, We don't have much time. And we have this event coming up. I don't even know what the next slides are, but we have an event that will be coming up that we're teaming up with Epic Talks. And it's called Disrupt Miami. Every single one of you guys is invited to this event on December 9th. 20 artists from around the globe are going to be basically coming to this event and doing some amazing stuff. You guys probably have heard of Decentral in the past. Even CrowdPoint is going to be there too. All right, what do I press here? Okay, so these are just things that we're going to be having. So how many of you guys ever thought of building your own chatbot, your own app in the past? How many of you guys wish that you could build your own app in the past, or you thought of an idea that you could build your own app? Now it's actually possible. That was one of the things that we're teaching about building your own app in about 10 minutes time. You know, if you ever wanted to automate your life. So this gentleman right here is right now 1,000% more efficient than he was as of last year. So imagine you could become 1,000% more efficient. What does that mean? 10 of him are in his place. This guy right now is teaching us about design and ads. Imagine making your ad in about 20 seconds, 50 seconds versus, you know, days to wait for a designer to do your things. So what we're offering inside of this community is just to give you an unfair advantage. The thing is, the majority of the population doesn't even know that this stuff exists. Why would I step down from a public company where we're in an acquisition strategy, just put an LOI for a $17 million company? Why would I even step down to go work on this stuff? It's because I see where the puck is going, right? Wayne Gretzky, you got to look where the puck is going. The majority doesn't know. And this message is only for the people that are willing to listen, because the majority of the population doesn't understand what's happening. So that's why we started this group. And these are some of the things we're having. Weekly academy sessions, in-person events, access to masterminds, community chats, and now we're basically teaming up with Epic Talks and such. Okay? So, and that's about it. So, guys, one thing I have to tell you guys, if you do not pay attention to AI, you will be forced to be paying attention to AI, or you could be ahead of the curve and preliminarily know what's going on with AI and have that unfair advantage and people trying to catch up to you. And that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys are having a great day.
Give it up for Jonathan. Thank you. So guys, this community is disrupting, you know, people's lives. Like, take advantage, become part of the Inner Circle membership. You know, we have a couple of bonuses. We're getting ready to launch our next second Epic Talks magazine in January, where you get to feature your business. What does that mean to you? More eyeballs on your brand, your business, more connections, you know, get featured on the Epic Talks radio show, more eyeballs and on your brand and your business, right? A full year of Epic Talks virtual. Now we have, thanks to Chris here, we have an Epic Talks virtual if you can't make it in person. And again, this isn't for everyone. So if you're interested in being a part of it, come and speak to Rebecca over here. Rebecca, hi, over here to the left. And, you know, and we'll go ahead and have a conversation with you and answer any questions that you may have. We have two options now, right? So two options, the diamond, platinum, and the diamond and the platinum. So Epic Talks events for a full year where you don't have to get your tickets, online weekly mentorship, private Inner Circle community, live AI virtual weekly master classes. This is going to change your life and your business once you know everything about AI. Full year of Epic Talks virtual, access to exclusive Inner Circle dinners, quarterly Epic Talks adventures, and you get featured on the Epic Talks magazine and also featured on the radio show. So these are the prices, guys, for the diamond. If you're interested, $9,997. And for the Inner Circle Platinum is $5,997. So you guys have any questions? Join the Inner Circle. Meet me here with Rebecca to the left. And thank you for being at Epic Talks tonight. Enjoy your night. Yes, let's go.